Hello and welcome back to the Grand Gaels. We are now the king and we need to figure out what to do with our power. And here's my plan. So, right now we have an empty court. We have many positions which are just completely and utterly unfilled. What I would like to do is start filling these up. I think this should be our first objective, is to fill these different positions up with people who are good at them. The next thing I'd like to do is try to cultivate just a better quality of court and start getting people in. I think that's an interesting way to play the game, because if we can attract more people to our court, we get more of these inspiration events that allow different crafting things to happen, we get people with better claims coming in, and I think that's going to be an interesting way to play the game going forward. Other things that I want to do, I want to sort out our vassals, because our vassals are a little messed up and we have some people whose entire family line needs to die. This guy. And we have some vassals who very much dislike us, so that seems like a good thing to do. And we need to just basically make sure that we have a plan for what we're going to do with our personal land going forward. Because right now our personal land is in a little bit of a pickle. So, right now we have this land here, and then like it goes down to this bit, which isn't ideal. What you want to do is ideally have your realm look like this at a certain point, right? You want all the land to be an individual little duchies where, you know, you control the entire thing. That's kind of the idea. So ideally, we would want to end up with something like the Isles and Moray under our control, and then the rest of it under somebody else's control. That's not our current situation, but that's what we would like to end up with. So, let's start with, I guess I'll start with this little one here, because this is saying that we've got one new situation. Sure, let's have a look. How do I look at this situation? Do I need to hold court? Oh no, I can do something here. Distrust of Friendship. Participants are Bridget, our guest, and Queen Heloise of Alba, our wife. Okay. Anxiety knots my stomach as jealousy rears its ugly head. I sigh and leer at the cause of my misery. I know I ought to be thankful that our guest Bridget appears to get along well with Queen Heloise of Alba, but there's something in how the two interact that worries me. Their smiles are of the kind that lifelong friends or devoted lovers share. They unabashedly act as if they were the only ones in the room, and blithely leaving me out of their conversations. Just what is their relationship? And should I do something about it? Okay, so we have this random person. What have you got? You got some claims on things? Claims on Munster, Earldom of Desmond. Okay, so you've got some good claims, potentially, if we can get you to stay at court. Yeah, you would be fantastic to stay at court. Okay, who's your spouse? Unlanded with a claim on Desmond as well. That is a fantastic pair to get here. Okay, let's see what we're going for. The last option will be chosen for you in 180 days, so if we don't come to court, it would just choose, like, send her away, I guess, right? Must put a stop to whatever's between them. Encourage their bond to ensure the visit goes well. Okay, so that would increase opinion, potentially, although we're less likely to do that. Or whatever their relationship might be, I'll stay out of it. So it's 33%, so it's 66% chance that they become friends. Okay. Or I must put a stop to it. Let's just leave it as it is for just now. They grew closer to forming a friendship. Right. I would like to recruit her to my court. I would also like to recruit her husband to my court, although I think if I recruit either, we're fine. How much does that cost us? 180? That's a lot of claims, though, that we're getting for this. I'm going to recruit. Where's this guy? He's still wandering. Okay, so he's not actually in our court right now. Okay. So now we have this person. That's good. So does that give us new wars that we can declare? No. Interesting. Although that might be because she can't actually press them because the current rulers... well, generally it's if the current ruler is a male, you can't press them, right? So let's see. Munster. Yeah, so that seems to line up here. So Munster, nothing. Desmond is underneath that. Held by the same guy. Okay, that's fine. This one, I assume, is also held by the same guy. Same guy. Same guy. Okay, so all of that is held by the same person. If I kill him, the next person along is 11 years old. So we could actually press... I believe we can press the claim if they were a child. So let's see if we can get a murder going. Now, we would get a little stress because of this. Have we got anything else we can do to stop our stress? No, because I'm now missing the money because I just recruited her. Okay. See, I was thinking that if I did a call a hunt, that would probably work. What's this? You need a higher stress level. You need to have at least one active hostile scheme. And we can refine our hostile schemes. Oh, cool. That actually sounds like a good plan. Alright. I am going to try and murder you. So that starts the scheme. We're then overwhelmed by stress. But being overwhelmed by stress now means that we can study the art of scheming, which gets us strategizing deceitful schemes, which increases our scheme power and scheme success chance. Let's go. Fantastic. I love that. So now we're at 62%, which isn't great, but you know, it's fine. Somebody would join. You would join if I gave you a bribe of 56 gold. How much are you giving me? You're giving me 21.22. That's pretty good. Yeah, so that means that our scheme's going to have a much higher success chance when that goes through. And be much more secretive. Okay, I like that plan. Anything else that we can do now? We've kind of spent a lot of our money. Vassals can be granted to rightful liege. Now, that's not something we really want. Let's have a look at our vassals for a second and just work out who should have what. So, Outer Hebrides. Now, currently you hold this and this. That's fine because you got the claim here. I would rather you didn't hold this one and only held that. I don't currently have the ability to revoke titles. I need to be at the next level for this, which means we need prestige. So we should probably be holding feasts and things. Okay. But ideally, I think I want him to start holding land in Ireland and for us to hold this land directly. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Lothian, you're a little bit out of sorts. Yeah, so you shouldn't hold this land up here. I think ideally I want to swap. Yeah, I want Lothian to hold Lanarkshire and for us to hold Ross. I think that would work out better for us. I also think that I want this person to hold nothing because he hates us. Is there anything can I like imprison him for any reason? No, he will rise up in rebellion. Well, that's not good, and I'll become a tyrant. I could murder him, which is an option. I'd rather just take his land. Do I have the ability to do two schemes at once? I do, so... You know what I might do against this guy? I might start fabricating a hook. Yes. There we go. That's our second scheme going there. Right. Strathern. So this is my cousin. Strathern is part of Albany. If we check here, King Richard holds the rest. I think I want King Richard not to hold it at all. What's he got? So that is his main duchies. Okay. So really we want to take that duchy away from him and maybe give it to our cousin. That's it, who holds these two. That makes sense. And then that would give us a proper duchy in this space. He would then want a thole though. That's the problem. Because a thole is part of that. Okay. Who else do we have as vassals? Let's just work it out. So we have our cousin, Lothian, Man. So Man, I think, yeah, I want to take away what's left in Strathclyde from you. So I want to take away this singular one and just leave you with the Isle. Okay. That's fine. We already know what we're doing with you. Strathclyde. See, you actually hold the wrong title. Yeah, you shouldn't be hold. Although, do you hold both of these? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so she shouldn't have Annandale, and she should have some of these. Okay, so we can see what we can do about switching those around. Alba, we already know what we're doing. Galloway, is he directly underneath us? Yeah, so he should be underneath Strathclyde in theory. She's probably unhappy about that. Yeah, she wants Lennox and Galloway. So, there's Galloway. Where's Lennox? Oh, it's this one. Okay. But that is part of Strathclyde technically, and it's one that we hold. We could give it to her. Potentially. So we could give her those two holdings. We need to decide if she's staying around, basically, before then. If she's not staying around, then we prefer not to hold these two holdings, and for us to just take Annandale and then reassign things afterwards. Okay. Murray, We want to get rid of him entirely. And then Ardnamurroch. Wait, where are you? Ardnamur... so what's that? Ardnamurchon. Okay, Ardnamurchon. That's a long name. Anyway, it's just it's a lower tier vassal, so we don't care. They're just underneath our capital. So if we have a look here, they hold this city holding, which is fine. Right. I think we might unpause. Anything else that we need to do here? No, you're all powerful vassals. Yeah, I wanted to look at my court positions. Let's wait a second for our money to go out. Dark thoughts. Okay, do we want to become contrite? Which lowers our intrigue. Not really, and lowers general opinion. Do I want to become improvident? No, not really. I don't want to lower income. I'll just take the stress, I think. Yeah, we can lower it later. There we go. She has now joined our scheme, which means that that scheme is now at 83%, which is much better. Fabricating a hook's at 90 already, which is good. Right, now we just chill for a second. I've arrived in Kilmartin to pay homage to you. Oh, that's very nice. My cousin coming over here. So we can show him into our royal court. Yeah. I hope my pledge of submission alone is evidence enough of my honor. Sure. Taking the knee. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Murmur Murthach, who is soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference, offering nothing but his oath to faithfully serve me as vassal of the kingdom. At last I bid the Mormere arise, confirming my satisfaction and Murthach's rights to the lands he now rules in my stead. Okay, so he gets prestige, but we get grandeur for letting him in. Oh, okay. We also get some prestige, and then our dynasty gains renown, which is good for both of us. I think our dynasty gains renown because he came here, but because it's our dynasty anyway, we're gaining renown. So that's kind of nice. Yeah. Oh, we're now at level 4. Level 4 gave us a new bonus, didn't it? At level 4. Click the right one. Support scheme's effectiveness goes up by 20%. Cool. I like that. We'll head out here. Oh, what have we got? Powerful vassals expect council positions. We can imprison criminals. Okay, so we have our daughter, who has no money, and we're not going to imprison. And we have Mayor Sorcha. What is Mayor Sorcha doing? She was also a fornicator. She does have money, however. Let's have a look. I can imprison her without her being a tyrant. If I fail to imprison her, she will leave to become a wanderer. She has no well, she has one child. It doesn't really matter. Let's imprison her. Renegade. She is fleed. Okay. That's fine. A faction targeting you is disbanded. Oh, that's good. Oh, wait. Was she part of that faction, maybe? Oh, that's cool. Agent joined scheme. Recruited guest to court. Yes, we already knew about those ones. So who now holds the holding? Ah, now her daughter does. Okay. Interesting. And by the looks of it, if her daughter was to die, we would be the heir because there's no heir. That's interesting. Yeah, I think that is the case. Okay, well, we'll let that continue on. I have a daughter called Una. Cool. Let's continue chilling for a second, waiting for these two to come through. Child benefits from spouse's tutelage. Good. Right, our troops are almost reinforced now. This guy's discovered that I'm trying to fabricate a hook on him. It doesn't mean it's not going to be successful, though. We've increased county control in Moray. Wonderful. So that's in this one over here. So we now have max county control there. Have we got max county control everywhere? Yes. Okay. Cool. In which case, I can either put you onto managing royal guards, or training commanders, or organizing our army. Let's see here. Let's put them onto training commanders. Just get us better commanders right now. Seems good. This person's no longer in my scheme because they're dead. Well, that's no excuse, although it is kind of ruining my scheme's chance of success. Okay. A meal to die for. 64% chance of killing him, only 16% chance that the scheme is discovered. I'll take it. He escaped unharmed. Did not have his intended effect, but merely left him bedridden for a week. And then they discovered that I was behind the plot. So 16% chance onto me there. That's not ideal. And now we can't kill him. Yep. That's not ideal at all. He is ill, but that's not really what we're looking for. And it probably means that that guest that we invited to court hates us. Let's see here. Bridget, right? Yeah. Might leave your court. She would stay if she was given a reason, as if she was a knight or something. She doesn't hate us. Okay. Wait a second. If I head back over to this one, I just want to check. I thought they're not the same family. Oh, well, that'll do it then. Okay. Let's give her a reason not to leave court. What's she good at? Bridget. You? I don't really know. We give you one of these. Let's see what we got. So, antiquarian, we don't care about. Food taster, stops people murdering me. That could be good. Anything else in here? Aids when using the hunt ability, activity. That could be cool. Building construction time. Control growth. See if we got anything in here which is like this, that just says, this is the bonus that we need. I don't know what bonus we need, but I'm kind of hoping that something will pop up. She could be a bodyguard, I suppose. Yeah, we can make her our bodyguard. That seems fine. How much does a bodyguard cost? 0.62. Sure. I can't make her a bodyguard. Okay. Well, let's not do that then. Let's make her court musician. She's terrible at it. Okay, so probably not that. I guess it must come off of diplomacy. Cupbearer, probably not. Just seeing if there's any of these that seem like she might... High alumner? She be our high alumner? She's terrible. Okay. Master of the hunt. Is she any good at that? No, she's not allowed to do that. Master of the horse. I guess master means they have to be landed. Okay. Food taster. She's probably terrible at that. She's poor at that. Okay, that's better. How about this one? She's poor at this as well, but nobody's good at this one. Reduces artifact decay reduction. Okay, so it makes it so it decays slower. That's fine. Enables you to reforge or repair artifacts. Unlocks commission artifact decision. Protects artifacts during sieges and raids. For some reason I tried to merge the two words, which definitely didn't work. We'll go with this. I don't really care about the rest of it. I just want her to have a position on our court. So now it should say that she won't leave. No, she would need to a better reason to stay. Okay, fair enough. Well, I tried to get her a better reason to stay. Can I abduct this guy? That's my other option. Yeah, I can try and abduct him, but we get a 5% chance. Because target's in a foreign realm. Well, that's pretty bad. We could fabricate a hook. That's going to give us nothing. I think we might have to accept that nothing's going to happen to that guy. Okay, cool. Let's unpause. Right. How far away are we from this? The main thing that we need is prestige. Okay, well let's go on a hunt then. Nice, it also lowers our stress. We'd think it a creature from myth, perhaps a god disguised in human form. It was the largest wolf I've ever seen. Okay, even after the beast was wounded, the chase lasted half a day. Okay, so I can get a wolf artifact. I can get a trophy for my daughter. I think he should take credit for it. My spy master currently doesn't like us. I could give him credit for it. I'm going to take the wolf artifact though. Hey, our level of splendor increased. We're now known far and wide. Wonderful. We get some prestige there. So what is the wolf artifact? I don't even know where we'd put a wolf. Oh, I guess it goes above our thing here. Skull of the renowned wolf of Lanarkshire. Okay. It's finally preserved and attached to a plainly decorated elm mount. So it says prestige and then court grandeur bonus. Okay, I'm going to put it over here. Yeah, okay, I was expecting it to look a little bit more impressive, but that's fine. Right, we will leave here. And just carry on. Fabricate hook, foul words. I've started a series of vicious rumors against Prince Richard. None of them are true, and someone should decry them as obvious lies they are. What better way for someone, someone to have Richard in their debt? So I can stand up to the injustice. I spend piety, which gives us a weak hook. Or I can continue building influence. I'll take my weak hook. That's fine. So we can maybe do something with that now. I guess we could get him to agree to give us land if we could raise the Crown Authority. Although I don't know how long a weak hook lasts for. I should probably check that. Weak hook. It should tell us, right? Expires 1st of April, 1137. Okay, so we should be able to do that. Yeah, so it's a 10-year hook. Okay, anyone else we want to do things against, we should just start fabricating hooks on, I think. So we'll fabricate a hook here. We are going to gain stress because of this, unfortunately. I do kind of want to wipe out, like, everyone in your family line, which is 10 living members currently. I mean, if I try and kill you, is it gonna... Yeah, we're gonna get immediate extra stress. I don't really know what to do right now. I think I might just leave it for a second. Yeah, let's just leave that for a second. Cool. Right. What's this? Holds court. In order to be a successful ruler, I must actually rule on various dilemmas and situations which arise within my sphere of influence. Ah, okay, sure, we'll hold court, I guess. It's unavailable for 5 years, and we can invite a bunch of people and it increases our court grandeur. Let's go. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased, all faces turned towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Okay, let's gesture for the first one. A frightful peasant strolls all too close before a guard steps between us. Oh, he backs off with a wink, laughing through scant teeth. Your lordness, I'm come here from Glasgow with a matter of great import. His eyes undulate. Ya see, King, it all started last harvest. Brewer's goat wandered into the reeve's wife's niece's shack and caused a great mess, she did. He slaps his thigh. Oh, you should have seen it, your magnitude. Okay. So we can say, please go on. And we gain popular opinion and lose vassal opinion. I can get my steward to go fix it. Okay, so that gets popular opinion and development growth, but it makes the guy who owns the land dislike us, our cousin. I'd say you are a fool, my fool, so I can get this guy to be my fool from now on. Okay. And I mocked commoners, so my development growth and popular opinion would go down. Or, what? How did this man get in? Anyone? I can now become highfalutin. I will get my steward to go and fix it. Oh, my steward is... my steward's upset because he has to go and deal with this problem. I see. Yeah, go fix it. Right, get rid of that one. The man who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner. My lord, he begins his speech. I represent the local community of Kilmartin. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. All had been dug up and left no trace. At first we feared wild animals or obscure powers at work. But then your own court physician, Aefric, was caught red-handed hauling the dead away for her experiments. Please put a stop to this blasphemy. Wow, okay. So she's off grave digging. Didn't expect that. So studying the human body is a sad necessity, so we can lose popular opinion, and she would gain intrigue and learning lifestyle experience, and a chance she becomes a physician. Arrest the grave robber. So she's not really good at her job, so we could get rid of her. It cost me 200 prestige though, which I think is this... Yeah, because we revoke her position. As I have a fair reason, nobody will think me a tyrant. And we get safe cemeteries, which gives popular opinion, or we can tell her to just cut it off. Yeah, we'll just tell her to stop. Duke Beod stands before you, his face grave with concern. My lord, the threat of England weighs heavy on my mind. King Magnus looms across the border, he points, only days from the gates of Dunbar and House Leorn's hearths. You must help fortify my lands. Lothian soldiers and fortifications are all that stand between Alba and ruin. Okay. So we could do that. We can make him a... Oh, so this would give him a different feudal contract. He can be a march. Okay. So he gives us a lot less tax. But for him, his army maintenance would go down. And he gets bonuses in that territory. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Speak true, it must be fortified. We pay money. And he gets frontier ramparts. Okay. Days, we must fortify the capital. Nonsense, England is no threat. If we had more diplomacy, we could just talk him out of it. Or we are all burdened by the risks of war. Vassal opinion go up, but his goes down. So actually, his opinion would only go down by 5. Because he gets +5 from this. I think I'm going to leave this where it is. Yeah, I think we're going to go for shared burdens. That's fine. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain talking amongst themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon the ceremonial formality of the proceedings is dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. Okay, so we really didn't achieve very much there, but that's kind of cool. There were some options that we needed to think about. Okay, neat. Let's carry on. Hybrid culture formed. So we now have the Tajiki Karluk hybrid. Okay, so it's a hybrid of these two. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So I should go and have a look about where that is. I've heard disturbing news from Prince Richard about your misdeeds. You may call yourself a Catholic, but your actions prove that you do not truly follow the path of God. As I cannot permit your wicked behavior to hide behind the mask of Catholic righteousness, I have no choice but to excommunicate you from the faith. May God have mercy on your soul. So same faith don't like me because I was recently excommunicated, and then this makes them all not like me if they're Catholic. That's very bad. Yes, that is very, very bad. Can I do anything to convince you to perhaps not have excommunicated me? So if I'm not a recent excommunication, then I could pay prestige in an act of contrition. Okay, cool. I just wanted to see where this culture is. Culture map mode, right? It's one of these. Oh, wait, it's a default one. I forgot. So there's that. That's the main culture. Okay. That's one of the main cultures. There's the other one. So where... Oh, so is the lead... Has one of the leaders got like a mix and the land itself isn't mixed? No? Oh, is it down here? This land looks like it's maybe got... yeah, so this land down here has the mixture. Okay. So it must be somebody under this. Oh, it must be these guys. Okay. Karakand. Ah, that's kind of cool. In between these two, different cultures. Oh, although they don't have the same culture either. But anyway. Yeah. That's neat. They must... I'm guessing these guys probably conquered into this land. And then that's how they got the culture. That's cool. Right. Anyway, back over here. We'll unpause. Let things just roll. Being excommunicated is a minor problem. But, yeah, it is a problem. Can we call it... host a... Oh, it's a grand feast. I see. So it costs more money. That's why we can't just host a feast. Oh, I see. I see. Betrothal fulfilled. These two people are now betrothed. That's fine. You've got me some claims on the Duchy of Brittany if I wanted it. Although I think that they're currently my ally. Yeah. Yeah. I could press the claims. We do actually have enough troops to make that happen. You're allied to Somerset, but we still have enough troops to make that happen if we wanted to. Okay. Although, wait a second. That wasn't matrilineal, so she actually went to his court. Never mind. That's not how that works. Hey, intrigue perk. So we can now get schemer. Schemer gives us more hostile scheme power and intrigue, which is nice. I'm actually going to move away from the intrigue lifestyle now. The reason is we're actually not very good at it because our stress keeps going up. Could go back to this. Maybe go down architect. Yeah, there's something good in there. Could also go down here and try and get people to like us more, I suppose is the other option. Maybe go down August so that we can gain some sway power, some prestige power, potentially. Or sorry, some prestige gain, potentially. Yeah, this could be an idea. I'm going to go with this. Let's go with the one that gives us prestige per month as well. We really need some prestige right now, so that seems good. Child of my dynasty. My daughter has given birth to a son. Wonderful. Right. Fabricate hook, an incriminating missive. So, I can interfere with servants, which makes courtiers and guests dislike me, but I gain a strong hook on this person. And I may not fabricate hooks again for another 5 years. On her, anyway. Let's go for that. Perfect. So I now have a strong hook, which also means that she can't act against me, which is pretty nice. Right. We could demand payment, but that's a bit of a waste of our strong hook. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.